Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best wireless gaming keyboard.
Starting at number 5.
SteelSeries Apex Pro. The SteelSeries Apex Pro Mini Wireless is no cheap affair. This thing clocks in at $239.99/£219.99, which is a big ask considering it's a smaller 60% deck. While we do think that MSRP is a bit audacious, this could very well be one of your best setup decisions if found on sale. Design. The Apex Pro Mini Wireless comes with a pretty stock design. The black keyboard sits on a solid baseplate with minimal bezels and no flex in the main deck. We did note the lack of arrow keys in this design, an outdated feeling throwback to the core 60% decks of yesteryear. Plenty of compact machines are keeping these all-important clickers these days, so it's frustrating that SteelSeries has abandoned them in this premium product. Features. The OmniPoint 2.0 switches housed under each double-shot PBT keycap do the heavy lifting here. These switches can be customized to actuate between anything from 0.2mm and 3.8mm, which means you can fine-tune your typing experience to the sensitivity that you prefer. Elsewhere, you'll find media controls and macros bound to dual-function keys, and you'll also enjoy a wide range of RGB customization options as well.
Coming at number 4.
Logitech G715. The Logitech G715 posed a conundrum for us when it first launched back in 2022. At the time, this was a $200/£200 keyboard with additional extras that pushed it well past that threshold. We were impressed with the deck overall, but for the cash there were better options on the market. Flash forward to 2024 and those costs have dropped, making now the perfect time to consider it one of the best wireless gaming keyboards on the market. Design. While other wireless gaming keyboards keep things traditional with blacks, grays, and a blaze of RGB LEDs, the Logitech G715 keeps things cozier. With soft rounded corners, an all-white design, and a pillowy cloud-shaped wrist rest, this is a super soft aesthetic that looks fantastic in a range of setups. That matte plastic covering feels super high quality, though we did note in testing that it picks up a good amount of dust and shows it. The more pastel-aligned RGBs are still present under each keycap, though shine through with surprising force. If you do get tired of that plain white chassis, there are swappable faceplates available separately. Features. The G715 comes with a range of Logitech's GX switches to choose from. We received the clicky option and, despite preferring a linear switch for most of our testing, were pleasantly surprised by the lightness of each clack and the clean auditory profile. Logitech has packed its 2.4 GHz Lightspeed connection in here as well as a Bluetooth and wired option should you need it. A solid range of dedicated media controls tops everything off, with a comfortable volume roller to boot.
At number 3.
Logitech G915 Lightspeed. The Logitech G915 Lightspeed has long been considered the gold standard for wireless gaming keyboards. Design. With its slimline, sleek aesthetic and snappy low-profile mechanical keys, you'll be flying across this board in no time. The Logitech G915 boasts a more subtle design than other larger boards. The brushed baseplate feels solid underhand, and each of the skinny keycaps feels securely placed. A volume roller and dedicated media controls are easy to access in the top right-hand corner, as are the macro buttons running along the left. By nature, this is a larger deck, so if you have a cramped setup it's not going to leave much room for mouse sweeps. Features. You're getting bags of extra features for your cash here: 5 dedicated macro keys, a suite of media controls, an aluminium top casing, and the ability to pair to 2 devices at the same time. That means this isn't exactly a cheap gaming keyboard, but thanks to its age, we are seeing that $229.99/£209.99 MSRP sliding. Prices are closer to $180/£140 these days, which is still a considerable investment, but by no means knocking on the doors of Razer's pricing. That 30-hour peak brightness battery life certainly stands out from the crowd too. The far more expensive Razer Black Widow V3 Pro featured below only offers up to 13 hours on full whack. While it can't quite match other options on this list with that RGB switched off, those looking for a bright and colorful experience should prioritize this best of both worlds approach.
Number 2 of my list.
Corsair K63 Wireless. The Corsair K63 Wireless may carry a $109/£119 MSRP, but in reality we haven't seen this cheap wireless gaming keyboard go above $100/£100 in a seriously long time. Design: if you're simply after a wire-free setup, and don't mind losing out on some of the more premium features, this is a must-see. The TKL design keeps that footprint small on your desktop, and also provides space for wider sweeping mouse movements. Features: the tech touted by these cordless planks usually makes them considerably more expensive than their wired counterparts, but the Corsair K63 is an exception. That's because you're dropping a few quality-of-life features like onboard memory, longer battery life, and full-spectrum RGB lighting to secure a deck with a reliable wireless connection for a great price. You can still enjoy blue LEDs under your keycaps as well, a 1000 Hz polling rate, full N-key rollover, and macros assigned to any key. All of that, along with the dedicated media controls and wrist rest, means the Corsair K63 Wireless is serving some seriously impressive value for money these days.
And number 1.
Asus ROG Azoth. The Asus ROG Azoth is the best wireless gaming keyboard overall, but you're paying a lot of cash for extra features here. That means it's not one for those just after a cable-free setup, but rather for those who want to completely change their experience, and then change it again and again. Design: the Azoth takes inspiration from the expensive world of custom decks, packing a 75% form factor that keeps all your navigation and arrow buttons but leaves plenty of room for wilder mouse sweeps. That inspiration extends into the aesthetic as well, with lighter gray keycaps surrounded by darker ones for a custom keyboard design. That gives the Azoth an air of subtlety, which is only pierced ever so slightly by the RGB lighting running through each keycap and the angular lines across each side. Slim bezels, a stout but sturdy form factor, and excellent key spacing makes this a stunner in look and feel. Features: the hot-swappable, gasket-mounted design of the Azoth not only means you'll be able to swap the switches for a completely different feel, but you're doing so in comfort and style. Add in super tactile PBT keycaps and a softer but still snappy feeling ROG NX switch out the box, and this is a recipe for a seriously luxurious typing feel. Of course, the Azoth doesn't stop there. You're getting both 2.4 GHz and Bluetooth connections as well as an OLED display panel in the top right corner. This can be configured for a number of purposes, from displaying your music to system info. Next to that you'll also find a programmable switch for media playback or profile settings.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.